Chelsea are looking to get a flying start here in the long race towards the finish line. This is a day for optimism, for hope, for dreaming of what might be. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So it's away we go then.
Isn't it a real pleasure to be able to see the Dutchman Ronald Koeman? He's got to be one of the best ever attack-minded centre-backs, a playmaking centre-back actually, and he can step into midfield and spray a pass with top precision.
Yeah, there's a beautiful purity about the way he strikes the ball.
And he can smack one too.
Great vision. And it's De Bruyne. Neatly clipped into space. Marquinhos clears it away. Over to the right flank. Out of play for a throw. Ah, good steal, he just read it. That's a shade optimistic. And it's been hooked away. Mbappe takes a shot! Kylian Mbappe! You just cannot stop him! He's got himself an absolute peach. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
Trabzonspor are in front now, the game's only goal.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
McAllister!
Chelsea really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Neymar, spread out to the left. Silvestre is one whose deliveries we all know about. McAllister. Oh, that was vital. Now it's Mbappe. Good ball, good take. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Hazard. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. That looks a good ball through. He's had a shot! Well taken goal. A quite incredible spell. They are flying. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
Trabzonspor are doing very nicely, thank you.
There's a certain authoritativeness in everything they do now. If they want to kill off this game, now's the time to get it done.
Real chance! It's loose now and they want to get it back. In towards the back stick. Tries to get it clear. Oh, good-looking ball. Not the most accurate pass. It's a pretty loose pass. And this is Neymar. Now he's running away. And this is Batistuta. Can he get it through?
Minutes has been
Pass isn't the
indicated.
best. Alexander-Arnold. Drogba. Now, can they get him away? Alexander-Arnold. Cross to the back post. And that has been cleared. It's Drogba! And that marks a high-octane end
To the first half.
So your views on the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change by this stage.
Thank you very
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. Away we go again.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Oh, shoots! Relentless! Just relentless! With fun and fury, they continue to do their thing. Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
That is Stuta! And yes, it's there! Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Number 9.
Still behind by 2. Is there a way back into this? That's an excellent interception. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Still they trail, and time is ticking away. Oh, this looks sharp. Aimed beyond the defence.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Now it's Batistuta. And he was quick to react. And here's Ronaldinho. Oh, he's having a go! Oh, nearly. Trabzonspor appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Marquinhos cuts out the pass. Rice, who does have an assist to his name. Gattuso, played into space. And he gets rid in a hurry. And reclaimed it in a trice. Gattuso. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. And here's Mbappe. Drogba. McAllister can clear it away. Oh, shooting chance! And it's in!
Yeah, to see it unfold as succinctly as that, it looks telepathic.
The goal scorer after 78 minutes.
Chelsea choosing to make the first change. So now the difference is 3. And here's Neymar.
Hazard. Number 22. McAllister.
Drogba.
Coming on the field. Number 15.
Sylvestre kept his eye on it, and he's there.
Number 41.
Kubasi.
Rice.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Can he get on the end of this? A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Donnarumma clears without hesitation. Serginho looking to play him in. It's played through for him. He's shot a goal! And he hits the net! Untouchable, remorseless, relentless, a class of their own. An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
Is number 10.
That is It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
Added time.
It's crossed into the middle. That should be the goalkeeper's.
And it is. So that's it. It is all over. A tale of two teams, one irresistible, unstoppable, the other fragile and seemingly clueless. Any
Reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity or commitment in everything the players were trying to do, looking pretty lethargic, and they were ruthless.
Who is coming? Create code, create code. No one.
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. There's the whistle. With so many teams now playing just one up front, Jim, it's easy to forget, isn't it, that strike partnerships used to be the norm?
Absolutely, Peter, but partnerships have proven themselves to be very productive over the years. They carry more might.
And we've had some legendary ones, haven't we?
Yeah, and how it usually works is that you've got one target man with the other striker playing off him and just looking to add another little bit of devilment.
Can he get it through? Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. That's been cut out, well played. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, it's hard not to be impressed with Achraf Hakimi, who has proven himself in many of the top leagues at such a young age, Peter. He's tactically very astute, he's versatile.
Chance for a shot! Oh, split-second reaction.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Now it's Hazard. Facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Van Dijk gets it clear. Oh, good spread. Szoboszlai. McAllister is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Chelsea yet to have an attempt on goal. Now, who's going to be first to this? Batistuta! Oh, it's hit the post! Chelsea with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Szoboszlai goes short, and he's gone backward here. And the shot! Another special Neymar moment! That is a gem! An absolute gem! The purest possible contact, what a fabulous strike.
Well, that was hit with genuine ferocity. You just don't stop those, Peter.
Chelsea have fired themselves in front.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Now it's Batistuta. He's chosen to go back.
Really got in his face there, and it was well played.
Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. And it's Batistuta. Now it's come to nothing. And he's there to belt it away. Great vision. Now it's Shevchenko. And that's gone all the way through to the keeper. Hazard. Chelsea are one up and looking surprisingly comfortable. Cafu getting this one clear. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. No luck with that dink over the top. Dembele is offering some sort of an apology there.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
That's a shade optimistic.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Szoboszlai. So, a temporary halt to the action. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Chelsea coming in at half-time, leading by 1 goal to nil.
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football. Plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
Chelsea are in a pretty decent position after 45 minutes. 1-0 to the good.
Number 20.
And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. Chelsea currently ahead by the smallest of margins. Passing nice and neat. And that is a little undercooked. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Hazard. Neymar. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it. He's been bundled over. That is a foul. Yellow or red? It is red. Well, he waited a little while, but it does seem that the referee was eventually convinced that that was a clear enough chance he denied.
Well, Peter, I don't think he even had time to blink. This is just a spontaneous reaction.
This certainly looks appetising, well within shooting range. Great chance here to level it up.
Substitution in progress.
Messi!
Well, it wasn't a bad effort. I mean, you could see his intention. It just needed a bit more curl and bend to take it away from the goalkeeper.
Played over towards the opposite flank.
Good ball, that too.
And here's Shevchenko. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And that could set him on his way.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Nicely weighted ball. And he welcomes it in. And this is Shevchenko!
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Batistuta! And yes, it's there! Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
It's the stuff you work on the training ground time and time again, and it came off.
Chelsea are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
And it's Neymar. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Hakimi cuts out the pass. Leading by 2 and the finishing line in sight. Oh, nicely intercepted. Szoboszlai. Cleared away. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
And he's managed to get free. Cafu. Pass somewhat off target. Silvestre. Looking for a runner.
2 minutes has been indicated.
That should get the job done. 2 minutes to be added on. So that's it. It is all over. What a satisfying performance. A performance at times of determination and occasionally magic. Simply, they had all the right answers.
Just a quick
Neymar
announcement,
picking
it
up
is
the
now
Man of
time
the
for
Match
our special
award,
lottery.
and no
Please grab
surprise
the
there.
tickets you were given when you were walking through the gates.
Your reflections then, Jim?
Another match. Let's go to push. Let's go to push.
Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. There's the whistle, and here we go.
The midfield three, Peter, I think are going to be key in this lineup because it's a very expansive system.
Yeah, it certainly looks a very front-footed approach.
It is, and with the front three, especially the wide men, running at and beyond the defence, there's going to be an awful lot asked of the midfield. They have to supply those balls the attack can run onto, while at the same time maintaining the team's overall shape by linking the front and back. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Can he get on the end of this? Showing great feet there. Oh, that's fabulous. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Searching pass he's played there. Marquinhos can clear it away.
Yeah, we're actually currently watching a contest of insipid probing. The only way is up, I hope.
Count wants to run onto this. Gets his head on it! No, not the best of headers.
I just wonder what was on his mind there. Should have put his foot right through it.
Duke is herring after that one. Yaya Toure. Oh, well played, well sorted out. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
I would say this guy, Ronald Araujo. You have a real defender's defender in him, Peter. And he may not be the best with the...
Oh, great header! And he's straight offside. Marquinhos. Barcelona have quite a reputation for being combative. Goes for a shot! Goal!
Yeah, and he did well not to stray offside there as well, Peter. He just seemed to instinctively know when the ball was going to be delivered, and he got it right.
The goal scorer after 28 minutes is number 9, Gabriel Batistuta.
Chelsea have taken the lead.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? That's put paid to the danger. And this is Lewandowski. McAllister with the clearance. And here's Shevchenko. Tries to play it through. Oh, this is a great real chance! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. They've played it short, and it's Balde. And this is and a chance! And it's in! They're level in a trice!
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
Just gorgeous, the most glorious, delicious of touches, followed up with an unerring finish.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
That's cool.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop, just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
Neymar, it's Neymar! Ah, good steal, he just read it. Dani Olmo, that's a sharp pass. He's in plenty of space here. Szoboszlai. This looks promising.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And that brings the first half to a close. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a thrilling difference, but it hasn't been
For the lack of trying. Well, Jim, they've both had their moments. Well, it's definitely been a game where both sides have tried to play to their own strengths. And
I suppose neither side would be particularly unhappy with this scoreline. I suspect, Peter, the two managers will be keen to urge patience and discipline from their players now.
Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incident and talking points. A decent watch, this, and it's 1-1 at half-time. The second half then, just getting going. Schlotterbeck for Szoboszlai. That's a throw. Duke might just make this. McAllister cuts it out. Schlotterbeck promptly onto that, and that is that. That's destined for the flank. Shevchenko looking for a runner, and he's taking no chances there. Batistuta looking understandable. Oh, what a mistake! He's got away. Neymar takes a shot! It's a goal! Into the lead once more. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Chelsea leading now. And it's been played through. And this is Batistuta. He's picked his shot, surely! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Barcelona appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Looking for options for movement. Passing nice and neat. Tries from distance. Dani Olmo. Now it's Dani Olmo. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Substitution for Barcelona. Number 19, Shevchenko. Number 23, Dani Olmo.
Silvestre, he
Coming on
is
the
one
field,
whose deliveries we all know about.
11, Massaro. Number 10, Gullit.
Substitutions taking place.
75 minutes played. Now it's Gakpo.
Chelsea surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Shoots! And a truly agonising miss.
Massaro is clearly gutted about that one, but he needs to shake it off and go again.
Somewhat off target. Araujo. Nicely weighted ball. Now it's Messi. He's found a way through. And the shot! It's hit the upright. And a neat finish. And look at his joy. Is this not why we love the game? Sharp, simple, satisfying. He just knew what was on.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
And the frightening thing is, Peter, this isn't even a surprise. He thrives in these situations.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
Chelsea have surely won it, or so you would think.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
There will be 4 extra minutes. Not the most accurate pass. And we're done. Chelsea are enjoying their moment of collective uplift.
Been achieved with
Efficiency and certainty,
as we've come to expect from them.
reflecting on a stellar performance and now taking home a permanent reminder for his mantelpiece. So what do you take? So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion.
Hello,
The game yet to
everybody,
kick
and
off.
welcome to
The
today's
excitement
match.
already palpable. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So it's away we go then.
Frank Rijkaard can really make his presence felt. A superb defender who became an iconic midfield anchorman.
What's more, a remarkably good strike rate, actually.
Very true, just another level of his expertise, Peter, but his reading of the game, for me, is masterful.
It's gone all the way through to the keeper. Distributed tidily. Looking for options for movement. Batistuta! Tries to pass it through. And the pass is intercepted. Now it's Kaut. Soboslai has it in a wide position. Can he get on the end of this? And he's well positioned here.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no...
Could be danger here. And he's managed to get free. Toure with the clearance.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Now it's Batistuta. Not the most accurate pass. It's Kaut! Sharp and fizzing, but not quite.
Oh, the technical control was exquisite. The pummeled attempt was exasperating.
Kaut plays a sharp little ball here. Pau Kubasi clears it away. He's going for goal! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Getting up there! No, just not quite. And that is well cleared. "15 minutes till half-time. Now it's Neymar. Nicely shaped ball. Spread neatly. Well, there's the clearance. And this is Shevchenko. That's very neat. Counts! Well, there's contact there one way or another. Oh, it's a penalty. Chelsea really could have done without this. This for the lead. He scores for sure! Not a twitch, not a blink.
Should we have ever doubted him? Cool as you like.
After 38
Eintracht
minutes,
Frankfurt have fired themselves in front.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. The ball swung in, and he thumps it clear. McAllister spread it left. Chelsea do have a chance to counter here. Now it's Hazard. McAllister. Abiati gets his hands on it, and Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second.
CCTV is now in operation for your safety.
Down to business again.
Chelsea can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Now it's Couch. Well, that pass isn't the best. Now it's Rashford. That is ended up in no man's land. Great ball if he can get there. And Shevchenko! Marquinhos gets it clear. Tries to play it through. Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And it's Azar. Azar on a strong run here. Now it's crossed into the middle. That's going to go a long way. Chelsea have got it back and they'll have another go. Pass somewhat off target. That's destined for the flank. Now it's Azar. He's shifting through the gears here. That's going across. Neymar! And he was there to get a vital touch.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Pau Kubasi wins the duel this time. He's picked his way through. Couch. Threads one in.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Half an hour gone in the second half. And he's quick to snatch it back. Knocks it into space. And this is Batistuta. Rashford, he's got away.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And he's only too happy to take that back.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
So here comes the substitution. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Yamal receives it. Shot, surely! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
Lamine Yamal can really show some outlandish skills, which is always welcome and obviously refreshing.
Neymar, it's played through for him.
Chelsea really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
And that is as
Much time as there will be.
well, that was tense.
Go.
Two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moments. Intriguing for the neutrals,
Unbearable, sometimes unwatchable
And a quick
for
announcement
those
today
with a
that
vested
memorabilia
interest.
from today's match is now on sale.
So, Jim,
in
how
the
do you
stadium.
reflect on The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So it's away we go then.
I still feel that this man Diego Forlan is a little unappreciated, Peter.
And the shot! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Forlan clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. Good read, needed to be. And he can thump it away. That's destined for the flank. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. He's looking wide.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Ibrahimovic! There it is! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Santiago del Estero are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Now it's Neymar.
Chelsea are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
McAllister, nicely aimed pass. A header! Harmlessly behind.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
And it's Count. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Stojkovic can see things others simply cannot. Donnarumma claims comfortably. Azar. Silvestre is always looking to play quality balls. Yaya Toure. Neymar. Oh, good spread. Count. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Played out to the left flank. Can he get on the end of this? And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Stojkovic. That's gone all the way through to the keeper. We've got 5 minutes till half-time. Looking for the run. Pau Kubasi cuts out the pass. And it's Azar. Pass somewhat off target.
1 minute added time.
It's not an especially good pass, that. Aimed beyond the defence. Toure cuts it out. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Chelsea go in at half-time with a game to chase.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. Decent chance! It's in! They have come roaring back!
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
Goal!
truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
He slings it in. Oh, good climb! Oh, split-second reaction.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And we have our very first corner. They've played it short. Look at this. Huzzah! It's their second corner of the game. And it's been taken short. And this is Asa. And he shoots! So, third corner of the game. Soboslai goes short. And that has been knocked clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. Santiago Del Estero are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan. They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Oh, good-looking ball. Now, can they get him away? And he's quick to snatch it back. And he was quick to react. Marquinhos. Neymar. Over to the right flank. It's a great gallop down the right-hand side. Elects to cross. And a header! No, couldn't quite control it.
Look, the defending wasn't too clever on that last chance. The cross had to be denied.
Great vision. Now it's Batistuta. Batistuta gets flagged offside.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. And smartly reclaimed. Can he get it through? That is good alertness. Threads one in. Oh, it's been cut out, well played. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
That is a brilliant interception. Looking to play him in. Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Rice.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
And that is a little undercooked. It's come to nothing. And they've got rid. McAllister gets across and deals with it. Silvestre getting this one clear. Stojkovic. And he's quick to get rid. How they wanted to win. They did everything to win, but time has beaten them. So it's ended all square, both sides showing battling qualities and neither willing to give in.
And now, please
Neymar
turn towards
claiming the
screen.
man of the... Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. There's the whistle, and here we go. The peerless Didier Drogba, just a standout hero to so many.
One of Africa's finest and a huge reputation for being a big game player.
Big games, 9 goals in 9 cup finals during his time in London. By any measure, those are pretty special numbers.
Why, he's very much adored.
Now it's Hazard. He is through here. Kimmich did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And this is Shevchenko. Mateus. Shevchenko! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Let's go, let's go.
Mateus with the short one. Threads one in. And it's Rijkaard. Just about within shooting range. Nearly, but not quite.
Rijkaard just can't be faulted for taking on the opportunity. That sort of distance is usually up his street.
And the shot! They've scored!
Yeah, a fantastic run and a fantastic pass to play him in. Both needed to be timed to perfection, and they were.
After 18 minutes is number 9, Gabriel Batistuta. Gabriel Batistuta.
So the first moment of real significance.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
And there's green grass ahead of him. Love shoots! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
Oh, that's delightful. He has found the way through. Goal kick. No, I stand corrected, it's a corner.
The taker has to look for options because an aerial supply doesn't look promising here.
Yeah, they need to be thinking in terms of guile, deception, don't they? And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Shevchenko. Oh, that's a key interception. Spread to the right. Zanetti gets across to intercept that. It's a pretty loose pass. Tries to pass it through. He's going for goal! Great effort, but no way through. And he's being shifted off it. Now it's Drogba. Looking for the run. Azar can so cleverly bypass the press. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Chance! A real chance and a real let-off.
Chelsea really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Toure kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Nice looking ball. Hasebe promptly onto that, and that is that. Looking to play him in. Good read, needed to be. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. McAllister, now it's Batistuta. That's it, 45 minutes up. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. Chelsea leading by one at the break.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a genuine flow to this game, as well as intent. But I can't help feeling that their efforts deserved that little bit more.
Chelsea can be fairly satisfied then. It's so far so good for them, and it's 1-0 at the break.
Substitution.
And we get things going again.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Mateus, played out towards the right wing. Mateus. That's Gerrard. Nice sequence of passes, this. Neymar! And that is wildly off target.
Well, it was going to take something a bit special from there, and that wasn't it.
A poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away. And here's Drogba. And this is Drogba. It's Drogba! And that's a good finish. They have come roaring back.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
Well, that's great disguise he got on that finish too. Just toying with the defence, making them guess the wrong thing to do. Made him look a bit silly, Peter.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Batistuta is being harried and hassled.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind them up in the process, Peter.
That's a good run down the left. Now it's Hazard.
Substitution on the field. Number 11, Hazard. Coming on to replace him is number 19.
Chelsea perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. And he welcomes it in. Haaland! Oh, split different reaction.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Number 22, McAllister.
It's their second corner of the
Coming on
game.
the field is number 41, Rice.
Mateus goes short. Oh, shooting chance! And he's following up! So, third corner of the game. Delivered with swing. Easy enough for the goalkeeper.
Santa Fe de Bogota really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Chelsea are making a change. After this, just one... It's Gerrard! Oh, my word, that is quite something! A finish right from the top draw. They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
I just think this has been a lesson in character, togetherness and composure. I think most teams would have crumbled by now, but this refusal to give up is brilliant.
Searching pass he's played there.
There will be 5 minutes added time.
Rice. Oh, good spread. Now, can they get him away? Couch wants to run onto this. Punched away. And we're done. Chelsea did lead. Indeed, they controlled, but they managed to throw it all away. A defeat made even more painful by the way it came to pass. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Well, it's got to be said, Peter, it's a day to forget for the players.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. away. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular? It's Neymar! Now, who's going to be first to this?
What a cracking save from the keeper. That may turn out to be a pivotal moment.
And here's Neymar. Searching pass he's played there.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
And he's managed... Yamal! Oh, that was no routine save.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And we have our very first corner. Marquinhos is there, and he can get that clear. And now they can spring out of defence. Ribéry. Ribéry going face-to-face with his great rival. Ribéry. He's free. He's having a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. He's having a pop! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball.
Lazio definitely are on top of things in these early stages, Peter. If this is how they intend to go on, I think the opposition might see some trouble.
Now he's got space here. Not the most accurate pass. Oh, good spread. Looking for options for movement. Stood up well to him there. He's a sharp... And Batistuta! And it's a goal! A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
Gabriel Batistuta.
Chelsea have taken the lead.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Picked out brilliantly. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Neymar did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, he's found support out wide. And it's gone all the way through to the keeper. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Ribéry. And it's Neymar. Nicely worked. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Looking for the run. Hakimi.
Dani Olmo! Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And it's Ribéry. Now it's Dani Olmo. And a chance! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Dani Olmo actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
It'll be a throw-in. He's picked his way through. Donnarumma breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Azar. And the referee says that is that for the first half. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Chelsea go in at half-time with a 1-0 lead.
For a special presentation.
There's plenty of positives to take despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy, a little more composure up front perhaps. That's not too much to ask.
Chelsea are 1-0 up at half-time, and it's all to play for. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. Chelsea leading courtesy of the game's only goal. Hakimi calmly anticipates. Hakimi. Ribéry.
Lazio really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
Takes a shot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Hazard conjures time and space where few can. Has a look and place it forward. Chelsea are ahead here by what is still the only goal. He's found the way through. He's been bundled over, that is a foul. And he has shown him a yellow card.
Disappointing, very disappointing. He knew what he was doing, as deliberate and cynical as it comes.
Number 9, Yamal.
So what can they conjure from this one? So a genuine chance to increase the lead. That was travelling.
Well, it wasn't a bad effort. I mean, you could see his intention. It just needed a bit more curl and bend to take it away from the goalkeeper.
And it's Olmo. There's the shot! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Messi is offering a right smile there.
Lazio have their second corner now. Messi with the short one. And the finish! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. That's going to go a long way, and he's quick to return it. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
Hazard. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Now it's Hazard. This looks promising. Chance!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Kubasi. Couch. Little pass back.
That's good pressure. It gave him no other choice.
Cross needs to be good.
Well played and well cleared.
Neymar! It's hit the upright. And that really should have been that.
Batistuta really should have done better there. I just hope for his sake that he doesn't live to regret that.
Substitution for Lazio. Number 22, Dani Olmo.
The two coaches are
Number
signalling
20,
changes here, both at the same time.
Junior. Number 2, Hakimi. Coming on the field, number 5, Mateus. Number 17,
Spread
Mbappe.
neatly.
Number 3, Cafu. Substitution.
1-0 as we head towards the end. That's a cute ball. Defending of the desperate variety.
Substitution for Lazio. Number 15, Ribery.
Corner number 3 coming
on
up.
the field is number 13.
And he's there to clear it. Cafu. And the shot's on here. And the shot! And that's a sharp finish. We thought they were done, but never say never. Unstoppable. Just how do they contain him?
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Added minutes has been indicated.
Back to parity, and there's barely any time left. And the shots! Oh, wow, that's crazy! So is that it? Is this the moment they stole it? The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Lazio found a way, forcibly. Now they must hold out.
Well, what an end to the game, Peter. But now comes the overwhelming question: how long is there left, including stoppages?
Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. It's Neymar! And that's a tidy finish. And surely now, the result's beyond doubt. That is a diamond of a goal. The planning immaculate. And the referee brings it to a close. Chelsea can look back at this result with regret. A front foot start, but they were ultimately made to pay for their inability to... Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. And we're underway. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, Peter, he may be a player who we still haven't worked out what his best position is, but I still think that this fella, Kai Havertz's role, will be quite big. He initially played a little deeper before he arrived in England, but once he came to England, he tended to be played as a centre-forward, and it made it difficult for him. I mean, he wasn't attuned to that position. But now he's grown into it and things are beginning to work.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Well, that looks a decent ball. Mbappe has the space to... Can he finish? Goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Chelsea are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail. Good defending there, they've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Hazard. Silvestre is looking to influence the game from out wide. Great ball if he can get there. And this is Messi. There's the shot! Oh, what has happened here? And he's there to belt it away.
Chelsea are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time
shapes to shoot! And no mistake. They are right back in business.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Some great movement here, and the pass was perfect. All he had to do was just apply the finishing touch.
Chelsea restore parity.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Pete.
Real chance! Oh, that's horribly mistimed, and it's given. Penalty. Chelsea present their opponents with the best possible chance here. The keeper doing his best to put him off. Brilliant save from Donnarumma! And it's Neymar. And here's Mbappe.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure. Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Now it's Mbappe. It's a pretty loose pass. And this is Neymar. Neymar finds himself offside. Marquinhos. Silvestre. Silvestre. Great ball, and he's in here. That's going to go a long way. Chelsea with the corner, they're first. And it's been taken short. And this is a decent chance! Corner number 2 then. Szoboszlai plays it short. Neymar gets it away. Al Hilal have the chance to go the other way. Messi. Neymar looking for options for movement.
There will be 3 minutes added.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Hazard. Can he get it through? He's having a shot! He's beaten it. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time.
Hello, attendees.
The midway point of the game.
Well, you have to ask questions how this has stayed 1-1, Peter. I do think, though, that the way spaces have been found in key areas with relative ease will be a real concern, something that needs addressing, and fast.
Well, they've gone toe-to-toe for those 45 minutes, and at half-time the score is 1-1. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. Havertz is offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Batistuta. Now, can they get him away? Well, that's beautifully weighted. Oh, that's fabulous. Defending of the desperate variety. Marquinhos defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Well, he can't say now that he hasn't been warned.
I don't think you need to be an expert lip reader to know what's being said here.
Takes a shot! Oh, it's come loose. Quarter of an hour into the second half. Knocks it into space. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, a gilt-edged chance! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Looking to play him in. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Alexander-Arnold cuts out the pass. Mbappe, he is onto this. Shot could... Can he finish? Goal! Al Hilal! And they're back in front.
Yeah, and he did well not to stray offside there as well, Peter. He just seemed to instinctively know when the ball was going to be delivered, and he got it right.
Substitution on the field. Number
Al Hilal
18,
with the lead.
Black Cunt.
Hazard
Coming on the
in
field
acres of
is
space out wide.
number 10,
He's got away.
Messi.
It is a corner.
Substitution on the field. Number 22, McAllister.
So we have further activity on the bench here.
Well, I think he'll undoubtedly add more movement and fluidity in the final third with his passing range. Al Hilal surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
He's had a shot! It's a goal! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
So again, we have parity.
Such a big goal, Peter, just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw.
And the finish! Goal! Al Hilal! And they've got their lead back.
After
One
85
sweeping
minutes
move, executed with
Number
deadly
11.
efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
11, Hazard. Coming on the field
Al Hilal.
is
Neymar!
number 15,
Oh,
Gakpo.
terrific save from the keeper.
Neymar really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
6 added minutes has been indicated.
That's been cut out, well played. Searching pass he's played there. Where it came from. He has a look up. Chance! It's a loose ball. And he's gone looking for safety. Plays a sharp little ball here. That's that, the end. Chelsea perhaps feeling a little aggrieved with this final score. They clearly feel that their efforts warranted something more. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Well, it's got to be said, Peter, it's a day to forget
Those
for
of
the
you making
players
their
at
way
the